Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Professor Hassan and you are watching my channel Professor Hassan Hamayoon. Today, dear students, we are going to discuss very important expected statistics questions. Before starting today's vital and essential lecture, I want to suggest all the students, I want to invite all the students of statistics, they can join online session for the preparation of the statistical assistant post, and they can join my online spoken English course classes also. And now I will start today's important lecture. Question number 1 is, which is not the measure of central tendency? Dear students, as I told you many times in the papers, you will have to repeat a sentence 2 or 3 times and you will have to learn the basic concept of that statement. What is the demand from you actually? Which is not the measure of central tendency? A, mean, it is the central tendency. B, geometric mean. C, harmonic mean. These all are measures of central tendency, but the question is which is not the measure of central tendency. So D will be the correct option. None of these. A very important concept. Next question is, which is not the measure of dispersion? Range, it is the measure of dispersion. B, quartile deviation. C, standard deviation. These all are the measures of dispersion, but the question is which is not the measure of dispersion, and that is none of these. Question number 3, beta 1 is equal to 0.75. if we add 7, the value is 7 in every value of the data set, then what is the value of beta 1? Dear students, beta 1 is independent of origin, it is independent of scale, it is not affected by adding, subtracting, multiplying and dividing a constant number. If 7 is added in every value of the data set, then beta 1 will be the same one, it will never ever be changed. 0.75 will be the correct option in the exam. In many lectures I have discussed all the measures of central tendency, mean, median, mode, geometric mean and harmonic mean are dependent upon origin and scale. They are affected by plus, minus, multiply, divide. Then if I talk about measures of dispersion, range, quartile deviation, mean deviation, standard deviation, they all are independent of origin. They are not affected by plus, minus, but they depend upon scale. They are depending upon multiply and divide. They are affected by multiply and divide. Then movements are independent of origin but not scale. They are not affected by plus, minus, but they are affected by multiply and divide. And then beta 1 and beta 2, they are independent of origin and scale. They are not affected by plus, minus, multiply and divide. And then a very important coefficient of variation, it is s over x bar multiplied by 100. It is not affected by plus, minus, it is affected by plus, minus. It is affected by multiply divide, it is also affected by multiply divide. So what did you learn? If they ask about coefficient of variation, it is independent of scale actually, because both of them are affected by multiply and divide and these will be cancelled. So coefficient of variation is not affected by multiply and divide, and coefficient of variation is affected by change of origin, plus, minus. Why? Because s is not affected by plus, minus, but mean is affected by plus, minus. So coefficient of variation will be affected by plus, minus origin. And one more point I have discussed in the last lecture, in my one of the lectures, that if I add a value, then the denominator will be decreased and it will be increased, and the whole answer will be decreased. Coefficient of variation will be decreased, because if I add a value, constant mean will be increased, and when the denominator is increased, our whole answer will be decreased actually. If I subtract a value, mean will be decreased and the whole answer will be increased, coefficient of variation will be increased. So what did you learn? coefficient of variation is not affected by scale and it is affected by origin, and in origin there are two categories. If we add the value, mean will increase and coefficient of variation will decrease, and if we subtract the value, mean will decrease and coefficient of variation will increase. A very important concept. Next question is, if we subtract a constant value from each value of a data set, then the coefficient of variation is, I have discussed, it is increased. Next question is, if sigma square x is equal to 2, sigma square y is equal to 3, sigma xy is equal to, these two are given and x and y are independent, then what is variance of 4x plus 5y? We know that if x and y are independent, I will apply variance on both of these. 4 will be square 16 variance of x plus 25 variance of y. 16 into variance of x is 2 plus 25 into variance of y is 3. 32 plus 75, and the answer will be 107 will be the correct answer in the exam. A very important one. Then the next one is, for extreme values we use A, transformation, B, trimming, C, vincerizing, D, all of these is the correct option. Next is very important, the absolute deviation of the values taken from dash is dash. If we take the absolute values from median, it is minimum. And the next question is, the deviation of values taken from deviation, not the absolute one. The sum of deviation of the values taken from this is this. We take from mean, it is 0. Summation x minus x bar is 0, and summation x minus median modulus is minimum. These two questions are very important for every written test of statistics. What is the sum of first 72 natural numbers? Very important one, dear students. The sum of the natural numbers, there is a formula n into n plus 1 over 2. Then n is 72 into 72 plus 1 is 73 over 2. 2 ones are 2 3s are 6, 2 6 are 12. If you multiply these two, the answer will be 2628. That will be the correct answer in the exam. Next question is, mean of first 58 natural numbers. The mean formula is n plus 1 over 2. 58 plus 1 over 2, that will be 59 over 2. 2 2s are 4, 2 9s are 18.5. 29.5 will be the correct option in the exam. What is the sum? Very important question. What is the sum of square of first 12 natural numbers? There are three formula. First we discuss for the sum of natural numbers, n into n plus 1 over 2. Then we discuss for the mean, n plus 1 over 2. The third one is sum of square of natural numbers, n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 whole divided by 6. There are 12 numbers, 12 into 13. 12 plus 1 is 13. 12 into 24, 24 plus 1 is 25 over 6. 6 ones are 6 twos are 50 into 13. And the answer will be 650 is the correct option. A very important one. Next question is, which one is correct? A, standard deviation tells us scatterness of the values around the central value of the data. Yes. B, interquartile range, which is Q3 minus Q1. It tells us about the scatterness of the values around the median value. It is also correct. C is the correct option, both A and B. Now I will discuss a very technical and essential question for all the papers of statistics, and the question is, the values are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and 2, 2, 9, 8. In this data set, dear students, I have discussed, whenever you have positive number of values, then always arithmetic mean is greater than geometric mean, is greater than harmonic mean. It is correct. It is option A. Option B is actually there is an extreme value, it will affect mean. The next question is mean is greater than median. It is also correct. What did you learn? There are two concepts. Which did you learn in that question? If you have positive numbers always 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then arithmetic mean is always greater than geometric mean. It is always greater than harmonic mean. And the second concept is that whenever there is an extreme value, then mean will be affected by extreme value, and mean will always be greater than the median. Both are the correct options. Next question is variance of the first 15 natural numbers. The formula for variance is n square minus 1 over 12, 15 square minus 1 over 12, 225 minus 1 over 12, 224 over 12, and the answer will be 18.67 is the correct option. Next question is the average of 3n natural numbers. We know the formula of average, n plus 1 over 2. Here we have 3n natural numbers, so put n is equal to 3n. 3n plus 1 over 2 is the correct option. Then the last question of today's lecture is very, very important one. If we are interested in the number of absentees of the student, which skewness is the best one? Dear students, if we have the number of absentees, here we have the students. If you have a good class, then most of the students have 0 or 1 number of absentees like this much. It means that will be the graph positively skewed. This is the maximum frequency, and it is actually for this much. Most of the students have 0 or 1 number of absentees, and it is becoming decreasing actually. It will be positively skewed. If they talk about which is the best skewness for the marks of the students, then here we have marks instead of absentees, and here we have number of students. If you have a class in which there is a test of 100 marks and most of the students have got 100 marks actually, and it is coming like this much, negatively skewed will be the best one. You should comment on today's lecture. Assalamu alaikum.